A divorced single mother who could not even raise money for her children's meals became so successful after a few days due to her hard work that today she has become more wealthy than Queen Elizabeth of England. This might sound weird to you, but it's a true story. It's none other than Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling. You may be surprised to learn that Harry Potter, a favorite story of all, was rejected by 12 publishers. When publisher number 13 agreed to publish the Harry Potter stories, he said that these books would not last long in the market. However, we will learn how Harry Potter won the hearts of all of us and how J.K. Rowling achieved such a big success in today's video. Before starting her story, there is a small request to click the subscribe button. It's a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. And after the video, if you like the content, please support us by clicking the like button. Now let's start. I Was the Worst Failure of My Life was written by one of the greatest writers of all time, J.K. Rowling. The Harry Potter series has been translated into more than 50 languages. More than 400 million copies have been sold. At the same time, 8 films have been made on the 7 Harry Potter books written by her. And more than $20 billion have come from sponsorships and movie adaptations alone. Harry Potter was recognized as the most famous book series of the 20th century. The book has also won several awards around the world. It was once a best-selling book. J.K. Rowling was born on 31 July 1965 in Yate, England. Her full name is Joan Kathleen Rowling. At age 4, she moved with her parents to a nearby village. She completed her schooling at St. Michael's School. She later created the character of Harry Potter's headmaster, Albus Dumbledore, based on one of the professors there. She loved to write stories. From an early age, she used to write strange stories and tell them to her younger sister. She later completed her secondary school education at Weedian School. At that time, her aunt gave her Jessica Mitford's autobiography. The book is called Hons and Rebels. After reading this book, I became a fan, she said, and within a few days, J.K. Rowling had finished reading all of her books. In 1982, J.K. Rowling applied for admission to the University of Oxford but didn't get in. So despite not wanting to, she had to study at Exeter University. After graduating from this university, she started working as a secretary in a company called Amnesty International. She then worked at the Chamber of Commerce in Manchester. A few days later, as she was taking the train from Manchester to London, the story of a young boy attending a magical school came to her mind. She thought of the whole story on the ride back, and as soon as she arrived at her campus in London, she immediately began writing the story. Sadly, her mother died shortly after. Her mother was her closest friend. So this incident also had an impact on the writings of J.K. Rowling. She was very depressed all the time. But later, she also immersed herself in writing to forget the sorrow. She spent all her time writing. She also went to Portugal in search of work. There she was given the task of teaching English. She worked at night and wrote in the morning. In Portugal, she spoke with journalist Jorge Arant. Both of them had the same idea. She married Jorge Arant in October 1992. J.K. Rowling gave birth to a daughter on July 27, 1993. She named her daughter Jessica. But due to worldly unrest, she got divorced on 17 November 1993. She then moved with her daughter to Scotland to live with her sister. By that time, she had written 3 chapters of Harry Potter. It was a sad day for J.K. Rowling. Her marriage was unsuccessful, and she had to bear the responsibility of a child. She didn't have a job. That's why she fell into depression. She applied for welfare benefits to cover her expenses. Under this system, the English government provided a certain amount of money for the poor and single parents to live. Despite facing so many problems in her life, she never stopped writing. Her first book was Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. She wrote this book in 1995 by typing on an old typewriter. She then took the book to the publisher for publication. However, about 12 publishing houses refused to publish her book. She didn't know what to do. A year later, a London publishing house, Bloomsbury, was finally ready to publish the book. But the editor there thought that the book would not last long in the market. He advised J.K. Rowling to find a job. But everything changed when the book was released on June 26, 1997. This book became very popular. 5 months later, it was awarded the Nestle Smarties Book Award, the British Book Award, and the Children's Book of the Year Award. The next book in the series, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, was published on July 2, 1998. Then, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban was published on July 8, 1999. The fourth novel, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, was released on July 8, 2000. A total of 372,755 copies of the book were sold in the UK on the first day. In 2001, Rowling married Neil Murray. Their son David was born on March 24, 2003. The fifth Harry Potter novel was released on June 21, 2003. She then became the first author to become a billionaire by writing a book in 2004. The sixth novel was published on 16 July 2005, and the seventh and final novel was released on 21 July 2007. This book is the best-selling book of all time, breaking all previous records. The book sold 11 million copies in the UK on its first day. And one after the other, movies were being made about these stories. A quote from the book that still inspires me even today is as Professor Dumbledore says, "Happiness can be found, even in the darkest of times, if only one remembers to turn on the light." Hope you are inspired by the story of J.K. Rowling. If you like it, stay tuned for more successful story in the growth journey. Until next time, keep striving for greatness.